I think there's a big pushback, or there was, it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's a big pushback against people even saying that food addiction is a thing because we all have to eat to survive. And I'm wondering if you have a theory on if that's because people don't think there's any scientific basis in that, or if it's a little bit of like the food industry kind of like trying to discredit like the word or the phrase food addiction.
Yeah, I think originally the strong evidence came in animal models. There was a lot of sugar addiction models in rodents, and it took a while for us to have robust data for humans. And there was a tool validated, the Yale Food Addiction Scale, which has now been used in over 1,000 studies. I think there's over 2,000 peer-reviewed papers that mention food addiction. So it's undeniable. And I think the pushback comes from the nutrition world, which is highly influenced by big food. My personal um, organization, registered dietitian nutritionists, don't seem to embrace it the way other fields do. And I think there's two reasons. One is because my field is highly influenced by industry who loves the message of personal responsibility, which really allows big corporations to put private profits ahead of public health. And the other reason is that a lot of registered dietitians work with eating disorders. And when you work with eating disorders, you do run across people that have deeper underlying issues. There's a lot of body dissatisfaction, a lot of dieting, and a lot of diet culture. And so we know that efforts to restrain eating for a lot of people trying to lose weight, going on diets, is also a risk factor for food addiction. And so the major debate that I've been working to help resolve is this idea of food addiction as an independent, quote unquote, disorder compared to food addiction symptoms that derive from diet culture and people really trying to, go on extreme diets, which essentially can lead to addiction like eating and binge eating. So I think there's a difference between the person that was a survivor of early life trauma, exposed to a lot of highly palatable foods, and developed a dependency on, processed foods to reduce negative affect, the process by which someone becomes addictive, repeated exposure, and it changes the brain chemistry. Like that's a well-established part of the food addiction picture. But again, there's also a lot of people that didn't have food addiction until they went on the keto diet or tried to quit something and then started binging and then, right? So there's a need to discern